trillion-dollar dreams, exploding rockets, impossible deadlines, one common denominator: Elon Musk's relentless obsession with making humanity multi-planetary. Hello and welcome to this special episode of Xplained by NewsX. Today, we take a look at Elon Musk's Mars mission. Now, Musk has recently made headlines again due to his exit from the Trump administration's Department of Government Efficiency, also known as DOGE. Now, DOGE was launched by US President Donald Trump earlier this year and was tasked with slashing the size of the federal government. It originally envisioned cutting around $2 trillion from the roughly $6.8 trillion federal budget. The department thus attempted to slash the federal workforce and cut government spending, oftentimes with drastic measures. However, Musk's 130-day controversial stint has now ended after days of public criticism of Trump's spending plans and a stalled tax bill. Now, as Trump bids adieu to his first buddy, we look to the future. What's next for the Tesla chief and ex-owner? Now, in recent interviews, Musk has emphasized his recommitment to leading SpaceX, Tesla, and the artificial intelligence company xAI. The world's richest person claimed that he was back to working round the clock at his companies, to the point of sleeping in conference rooms and factory offices once again. Now, Musk claims he will focus on saving humanity through technologies like self-driving cars, interplanetary rockets as well, and humanoid robots. Therefore, we can expect him to pivot back to business. Now, with that, of course, comes a renewed focus on his Mars mission. But why is Elon Musk planning settlements on Mars in the very first place? Now, according to him, the Earth is fragile. Asteroid impacts, increasing nuclear warheads, and climate change could extinguish civilization. Thus, central to Musk's Mars philosophy is that it is humanity's insurance policy against extinction. And his vision? It's a self-sustaining Martian metropolis of 1 million inhabitants by 2050. And to put things into perspective, this idea was conceived more than 20 years ago. Remember, SpaceX was established in 2002. It began in El Segundo in California, where a converted warehouse served as the company's headquarters and a production facility. Since then, a lot has changed. As the company grew, it moved to larger facilities, first in Hawthorne, and it has now established a starbase in Texas. SpaceX's growth has also been marked by a series of firsts in humanity's cosmic journey. It has launched the very first privately developed rocket into orbit and then became the first private entity to deliver astronauts to the International Space Station. Most significant driver of its recent expansion is the development of the Starship, the most powerful rocket ever conceived. The Starship is SpaceX's next-generation, fully reusable rocket system. It represents the core of Elon Musk's long-term vision to make humanity a multi-planetary species. Standing 120 meters tall and weighing 5,000 tons when fueled, it is larger than NASA's Saturn V, which was used for Apollo missions. However, Musk's endeavor to bring his Mars colonization vision to light is fraught with challenges. Now, firstly, the critics point to Mars's hellish conditions. We all know that the red planet is a frozen wasteland with no breathable atmosphere and temperatures dropping to minus 195 degrees. Cosmic radiation is 100 times more intense than Earth's. The soil contains toxic percolate chemicals that would poison terrestrial life, and therefore critics have dubbed Musk's idea as romanticized and even delusional. His second challenge, operational setbacks. Since April 2023, the SpaceX Starship has been launched 9 times. Each test has pushed boundaries of material sciences and propulsion technology. However, half of those tests have failed. Even then, historic breakthroughs have been recorded in the midst of these failures. During Starship's fifth orbital test in October 2024, the Super Heavy booster was caught mid-air by robotic arms nicknamed Mechazilla. SpaceX's launch tower gently secured the 250-ton descending booster. This is significant as reusability is the cornerstone of Elon Musk's Mars colonization strategy. By reusing rockets hundreds of times, SpaceX could slash launch costs till $10 per kilogram. But it is just the beginning. A round trip to Mars and back to Earth via the Starship would require orbital refueling. Now, this process would need multiple tanker Starships transferring thousands of tons of propellant while hurtling through space at 17,500 miles per hour. This is a complex choreography which has never been attempted at the required scale. Now, add to that Martian entry, descent and landing, specifically the 7 minutes of terror. This all requires pinpoint precision. Landing a 50-meter rocket weighing hundreds of tons on Mars's unpredictable terrain makes Olympic gymnastics look simple. Mars's atmosphere is too thin for parachutes, but thick enough to heat spacecrafts to thousands of degrees. And on top of that, human survival on Mars presents complex puzzles. Radiation would slowly irradiate unprotected astronauts, increasing cancer risks and causing cognitive impairment. Constructing adequate shielding requires materials and manufacturing capabilities that do not exist on Mars. Growing food demands agricultural innovations in soil containing toxic chemicals. Additionally, psychological challenges are equally daunting. Imagine years confined in small spaces 140 million miles from home, knowing that rescue is impossible. The isolation and knowledge that you're alone in the cosmic void would break even the strongest of minds. Financially, the Mars mission represents a colossal gamble that dwarfs national budgets. Elon Musk estimates that establishing a sustainable colony could cost about $1 trillion across multiple decades. Now, despite setbacks, Musk's Mars mission builds unprecedented momentum. In fact, NASA's Artemis lunar program relies on Starship technology as a stepping stone to Mars. The moon will become humanity's testing ground for life support systems and habitat construction. Even so, some ask, is it even worth it? Is it worth spending so much on a dream to conquer another planet than saving home? Well, only the future will tell whether Musk is a visionary pioneer or a reckless dreamer. That's all we have for now. Stay tuned for more on NewsX.